They doing Randy versus Drew. They doing Tiffy versus Jay for the title. Brock gonna make an appearance. We don't know if Cody. They announced today that Cody's gonna be at WrestlePalooza. So I mean, outside of those 3 segments, I mean, and I'm sure like Solo's gonna be there, Jacob. So my thing is though, is that enough to pay? Because right now, I looked today.
I didn't look today. I was gonna look tomorrow. I didn't look today.
I looked today. The cheapest ticket is $170. Now, one thing I thought about is, well, okay,
American.
yes, the cheapest ticket is $170, and that's for anything on the right side of the screen. Now, what I will say is, WWE now is doing like the smaller screens. They don't got the big mega Titantron, so there are seats like not directly behind the Titantron, but behind the Titantron for like $70. And I was like, we at the scope, so like,
Yeah, so that's still a good seat.
yeah, at the scope, like anywhere you sit, it don't matter if you we done been in the back, like literally the last row.
Yeah,
and you
touching the wall. Yeah.
and you see everything perfectly fine. It's the scope. So it's not like we had, you know what I'm saying? Not like we had Capital One Arena or something like that. We had the scope. So I thought about that and I was like, that might be the move, you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, like I said last time, dog, if y'all want to fight anything, fight these ticket prices, bro. Cause I never thought I'd see the day
Right.
where
I'm with you.
if I go to SmackDown
You
in
froze a little bit,
Norfolk,
bro.
Virginia, we would be paying. You good? We be paying $170 for a ticket. Now, mind you, y'all know just as good as we do. When you buy tickets online, it's like a 30. What's that fee called? Like a $30.
Just because fee, convenience fee.
Yeah, convenience fee, a processing fee, whatever it is. That's an extra $30. So really, we paying 200. We paying 200, dog. 200 for SmackDown in Norfolk. 200 is a good seat at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and 49ers game.
I know.
That's a good seat, bro. 200 is a good seat. Like a good seat, you know what I'm saying? Crazy, bro. Crazy. But with that being said, y'all, welcome to episode 49 of Yes, We Still Watch Wrestling. We got some You good? You got some turbulence. Got some turbulence.
All right, there we go. That's better. All right, we good now. All right.
You good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Welcome to episode 49 of Yes, We Still Watch Wrestling. One away from 50. Steve Dennis here. Shaq is here. Shout out to Chili, man. Shout out to Chili.
Yeah, life be lifing, man. Life be lifing, people. Just
But
want to say shout out to all my people, man. All my people that love to watch wrestling, that are 9-to-5ers, people that are educators, people that are in school, people that have families, that are husbands, that are fathers, that are wives. Man, I know we love this, but sometimes, man, life be life, man. We got to handle other obligations, other things, man. But we still here to give y'all this top tier quality information, man, on wrestling.
Yes, sir. So with that being said,
brother Willie, hi, brother Steve.
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan, man, especially in WWE. We got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about.
These ticket prices don't make it a good time to be a wrestling fan.
The ticket prices is crazy, but there's always a Hooters. there's always a Hooters.
How to sell plasma like it's Fallout 5 to get it.
It's crazy, absolutely crazy, man. But let's do 2 icebreakers real quick. One is just a simple question for you. All right, so if you was a wrestler, you know what I'm saying, about to make your WWE debut, highly anticipated debut, right? And Def Rebel and Triple H walk up to you and say, hey, we're preparing music for your debut, but we're going to do something special. We're going to allow you to pick the artist that you want to do your pretty much rap to your entrance. Like we're going to get them some beats and we're going to pick an artist to specifically make your theme song for you. If you had to pick one, it could be a rapper. I don't know why you would pick a singer, but it could be anybody, any artist. If you had to pick an artist to do your theme music for you, who would it be?
Now, I have one answer, without a doubt.
The tricky part for you, I already know it's coming. I already know they're coming for Queens, but it's so many people from Queens. Like you got to make a decision. Man. You got to make a decision.
No. So, am I going to go with the Homer pick, right? Mm-hmm. Am I going to go with the Homer pick or go with the
across
The
the
person that
bridge.
can actually like rap, like just.
You might have to go to the
And I feel
bridge.
as though like, the person that can rap, that's not the audience we're going for.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean that's true.
give me 50, man.
You gonna go with 50?
So 50 can rap me to the ring at WrestleMania for my WrestleMania main event.
Okay,
Give me
okay,
5th. Give me go with the
okay.
home team. Southside, what up? American Tiles and Basic Project.
If it was me, I would have to go with Clips. You know what I'm saying? I have to go with
Yeah,
Clips.
like, but if I wanted to
Home
like
team.
go a different route, but like I would say J. Cole, but the rapidy rap, that's not the audience we going for here.
If I was going for like and once again, like you said, it just depends on the vibes, you know what I mean? If I was going for like something like upbeat, I probably reach out to either Jeezy or Ross, one of them, you know what I'm saying? Something maybe even Lil Jon, you know what I'm saying? Something upbeat or whatever, you know what I mean? But
I know that you said G. Shout out to Jeezy too. That concept of that concert is probably one of the dopest things
yeah, and the black
I've ever
tie.
seen.
Yeah,
And people are really going like suited and booted, like girls
dresser.
going in like gowns and like heels, dudes is going in
Yeah.
like tuxes, like fire to see my people go dressed up like that to a rap concert. Shout out to Jeezy. That's like a straight fire concept.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You say you'll
I
pick the points?
Oh yeah, I had to pick just for the home team. I had to pick
Yeah, like
Clips.
if you can't, if you weren't gonna be a homer, who would you go with? Can't be a homer. Your homer pick.
Oh, lots.
That's who I thought you was gonna pick.
Yeah, I mean, lots is. I mean, but if I'm repping like my mindset would be like I got to figure out a way to rep home. You know what I'm saying? I got to figure out a way to rep home. You know what
I
I
could
mean?
just go straight. Sell out the right word. I want to look here at the
And you
straight
know, and you know who,
crossover appeal. I'll pick Drake. Come on, Drake. Let's go. Let's go.
and you know who, because in wrestling, here's what I will say: in wrestling, the wrestler actually like takes the song to the next level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like anybody could have been given Kingdom, but the fact that Cody Rhodes got it, he takes it to another level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
the
the
word.
wrestler makes the song. You know what I mean? So it would have to. But you know who would produce the beat though for the clips? And this where it might change and who I
You
have.
want Luther?
Gotta be Lex Luger, bro. Gotta be. For those of you that don't know, this is a wrestling podcast, but for those of you that don't know, trap music did not start in Atlanta. Trap music started in a basement in Suffolk, Virginia. I'm saying this live and
Well, no,
argue.
I think some people would dispute you if you want that one.
Hey, dispute Lex Luger, man. He had
Shout out to Lex too. I
it's
actually
a,
like met him. He's actually like a real
a
cool
super
dude.
cool dude, man.
That's one of
Super
my
cool
big
dude,
bro's
man.
cousins, man. He's actually like a very, very cool
Yeah,
dude, man.
very
Like
down to
really
earth.
down in Suffolk. Yeah.
Very, very
Chill with
down
you
to
on the
earth.
corner, like chilling on the curb, just like and
Yeah.
smoking and drinking and whatnot. So
He
shout
don't
out to
even
Lex.
act like a normal celebrity, but Lex don't get his just due, man, for his contributions to trap music, man.
I can agree with that.
He
But
don't
these
get
people
his.
don't care about trap music in Suffolk,
They
man. This is a
don't. They
wrestling
don't.
podcast, Brody.
It is a wrestling podcast. So to the next icebreaker. It's not really an icebreaker. It's just really seeing what you think. So before we get into the real things that we got to talk about. So WWE came out with a ranking of their most indestructible
WWE's rankings.
it's their most indestructible superstars of all time. The most
I think the Undertaker's number one, I would assume.
all right, so yes, Undertaker is one. Taker is one.
Let me see. Taker, Big Show, Kane.
Kane is on the Kane is on the list. Big Show is not.
Big Show's not.
Nope.
Indestructible.
Kane
Ryback,
is number 5 on the list. Ryback is not on the list.
Hulk Hogan, Andre
Ho,
the
Ho,
Giant,
Hogan is 6. Andre the Giant is now on the list.
Triple H, Cena.
Triple H is now on the list. Cena is not on the list.
What did they give me the definition of indestructible? Did they have a definition of indestructible there?
Nah, Chris Van Fleet. I just on the clip playing, but Chris Van Fleet, he just reposted it. He
So
just
who
reposted.
did I get right so far? I got Kane, Undertaker.
You got Kane, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan. Those are the ones you got right.
Hulk Hogan. Let me try to think. Indestructible. Let me just go.
Indestructible, if that makes a difference.
Indestructible. You said no Andre the Giant,
No Andre
no
the
Big
Giant.
Show,
No Big Show.
and no Triple H.
No Triple H. There's a few names you should know that's up here. And there's a couple.
But
Batista's now on the list. I can give you the list when I'm gonna
no,
see.
hold on. Give me. Hold on. Understood. I got 3 out of the 10.
Yeah, 3 out of the
Maybe
10.
because when I think of indestructible, I'm trying to think of like people who like didn't sell, people didn't put they this. Maybe that's what I'm
Nah,
trying. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
ask. Like, what did they think?
no,
What is?
like
Yeah, that's
their
what I'm asking.
their
What
their
did they think?
definition. These people were like, I mean, indestructible, like tough to, like extremely tough to win against, but extremely tough to even like damage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these are like your flawless victory type people. You know what I mean? That just look unstoppable. Maybe that's the better word, unstoppable.
For a career? Because almost should be on that list. If that's the case.
Nah.
Go ahead. What's the list?
All right, so Undertaker's number one. I'm surprised. It's a couple people I'm surprised they named. This is one on Brock Lesnar's number two.
Shit, Brock. Yeah,
Goldberg is three.
he doesn't count.
The Fiend, Bray Wyatt's The Fiend is number four.
They did him dirty. They didn't even do this. Go
I
ahead.
mean, he was indestructible though, except for Randy Orton.
And Seth Rollins. That Hell in a Cell
Yeah,
match.
yeah, that was crazy. Kane five, Hulk Hogan six, Ultimate Warrior seven, Jacob Fatu is eight. Jacob Fatu is eight.
Shout out to Jacob making the list. Okay.
This is where it's gonna get dicey. Mankind is nine. And guess who's 10? I'm gonna give you one. Now 10, 10. You're. I'm willing to bet you're
What
not gonna guess,
what
but
what era?
this era,
This
past
era?
past past 5 years.
Roman Reigns?
Nah, he didn't make the list, which is crazy, but he didn't make the list.
Gunther?
Nah, but you close. You
Oba?
close. When you said Roman, you were close.
Is it Jay?
Nah,
You freezing, bro.
nah. Solo. Solo Sikoa is number 10. Solo Sikoa. Solo Sokoa. And I assume they're going off of the Solo Sokoa that was pretty much with Roman.
The Enforcer, yeah.
They're the enforcer. They got to be going off of the enforcer Solo Sokoa, which if they're strictly going off of the enforcer Solo Sokoa, I can understand. 10 is I don't know if he makes the top 10. I don't know.
Would you have him on that list above Oba?
Obafemi? No. No. No, sir. Nah. 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 And shout out to Tony D'Angelo too. Word on the block is he gonna be getting called up at the end of the year. So shout out to him, man. I wish if they was gonna do that, I wish they would have just kept the family together. But, shout out to him, man.
Everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go. That's true. All right. So look, we never, because we didn't record last week. We didn't talk about Clash at Paris. So first and foremost, before we even talk about the event, we're really talking about the event. Before we talk about the matches, France needs annual pay-per-view every year.
1000%.
Annual, and it needs to be like how Clash at Paris was in the stadium. Well, no, it was an arena, but that was like a very big
It's a
arena.
very big arena, yeah.
Put them in a stadium. Put them
I
in a
agree.
stadium. Put them in a stadium, bro.
Put them in PSG Stadium.
They deserve it, bro. Like it's the best crowd. I'm willing to say it's the best crowd in any city I've heard in the part of the past 10 years. And that's better than Chicago. I think they're a better crowd than
France and that Puerto Rico crowd where it was insane.
the Puerto Rico crowd was dope.
The
The Puerto
Rico
Rican crowd.
was that
Here's why I give France the edge though. They legit started a trend as far as let me say this. Oh, where was Money in the Bank when the Usos fought Roman Reigns and Solo? Was that in London? It was overseas in Europe. I want to say that was London. Matter of fact, Money in the Bank was in London. They're the one because I remember they sung they were the first ones to sing the Usos song. But then France like took it to a whole nother level. Nobody was singing. If you go back, nobody was singing Jey Uso's theme song. They was just yeeting along with him. They the ones that started that. Like it started a lot of trends. Like once France started singing to everybody's songs, now all of a sudden, like you come back to the country, everybody else is doing that whole Roman Reigns singing chant, Cody Rhodes singing chant. They started that. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to I'm glad because a lot of people were upset that AJ versus Dom wasn't on the card because they wanted to see AJ get that chant again. So shout out to them for putting them on Monday Night Raw so he can go out there and like actually get that chant because they sung the AJ throughout the commercial and everything. So I just wanted to get out. They need an annual pay-per-view. It could be Clash, it can be. I don't care at this point. It could be SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Long as they get an annual pay per view,
What international country you think gets the WrestleMania first?
it should be France. It should be Paris. But
I think it's gonna be London.
I mean, what we counting?
Well, it
If
might
we
be
count,
Canada. For
if,
well,
if we,
Toronto's had one.
are we
Not
talking
not
about?
not
Now I'm saying, are we not counting Saudi too? Cause I think Saudi is actually going to be the first ones.
not Saudi.
We not counting them. All right, we not counting Saudi. Then I'm gonna go.
I forgot
I'm
about
gonna,
the
I'm
Saudi.
gonna go France after this crowd, bro. I'm gonna go France. London is very well possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, London just for advertisement purposes, like just having it in London. But if you do it in Paris, like you said at PSG Stadium, I mean, I think it could take off, man. And that could be that could probably be the best WrestleMania crowd ever. Because I don't think they've never had a WrestleMania like stadium in Chicago. Like they've never done WrestleMania in the Bears Stadium. They probably never will because of the weather up there. The only time WrestleMania has been in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, is WrestleMania 22, and that was inside the United Center. So it could be the best crowd ever, man. So that'll be,
PSG, it can hold 48 to 49,000.
and they're gonna sound like 80. They're gonna sound like 80,000. They're
Yeah,
gonna
40 to 49,000.
they're gonna sound like 80. So, you know what I'm saying? That now, of course, from a WWE perspective, they're thinking about merchandise sales and ticket gates and stuff like that. So when you used to having 60,000 crowds, 70,000 crowds and stuff like that, you go to 40, that might make a difference in them, you know what I'm saying, not pulling that trigger. That they that 40,000 is gonna sound like 80. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But with that being said, in regards to Clash, the main thing to talk about with Clash is what leads to one of the main topics we're gonna talk about. So at Clash, Becky. Now they haven't officially said if she's a part of the vision or if she's just like aligned with Seth for what's going on right now, which we will talk about later. But what did you think about Becky being the one to come out and help Seth win that match?
To give Steve some credit,
Thank you.
Steve and the family man Dent, who wants every real life family member to join up and and just start a collective unit together. He called
Yeah,
this months ago.
I
He
did.
said, not only he called it, he was like, man, Becky should join up with Seth. So he called it. So
Hmm.
I didn't see that coming at all. I didn't
Yeah,
see it. I didn't see it at all. So I think it's dope, but I don't think she's officially part of the vision.
yeah. I hope
I
she
think she
joins
just
the
like
group, man.
she just helped Seth. So, we can obviously get to where we are now.
Yeah,
If we give everybody credit, I called this months ago.
you did. You
I
did.
said this
Because
a tag match is definitely happening.
so I mean, it should happen because we haven't really seen it before. We've seen spouses join together in factions, but not in the manner in which you have somebody who is as good as a wrestler as Becky Lynch and is like an actual champion. We haven't seen this before.
That part that's true.
And it's not just them two, you know what I'm saying? They got a whole group. Like imagine Becky Lynch as a Paul Heyman girl. The first Paul Heyman girl that we've seen in WWE, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be dope, man. Like
The only thing with that is like when people call themselves like the Paul Heyman guys, they're normally like, no pun intended, the next big thing. Like if
like
you
the
feel me, like
future.
they're people that are
Yeah,
like that are here that are on their way to get the rocket to being elevated, like to the
yeah.
you're good. We see the vision in you. We're gonna put you next to Paul, and we're gonna straight shoot you to the moon. So Becky don't need that. Becky doesn't need a talker because Becky can talk.
Becky can definitely talk.
Becky can talk. Becky don't
What
need that.
what if Becky started a female version of the Vision?
Now that can be fire. See now,
That
now we talking. Now that could be something like that. Yes, just
yeah.
like Becky being the leader and Paul being the overseer of everything.
Hmm.
Like Paul just the Don, like you in charge, but just come to me if you need some help.
Right. Yeah, I think that would be dope, man. But yeah, I was not shocked that Becky was the one. I'd be lying if I say I wasn't a little surprised. I honestly thought that one they was gonna let Seth find a way to weasel his way into a win. So I can't sit up here saying I wasn't a little surprised, but I wasn't shocked because I'm
Well,
like,
anything to keep the title on set
mhm,
longer. You feel me?
yeah,
Just like 'cause doing this prolongs him having to have a one-on-one title match with Punk. And then the way things are going now, I do think Punk is going to be the one to take the title off of him, and he's going to have a longer reign. Just
That's
because, just because I don't see this feud ending. Just the feud. Not saying the vision is over. I don't see this feud ending with Punk not winning the championship.
so we eventually though got to get the Roman versus Seth for that title. That's absolutely gonna happen. That's the only part where I'm kind of hesitant and say Punk's gonna actually win the title from Seth. They could Drew McIntyre him, and because Seth does have the vision or whatnot, and Punk don't really have no help like that. You know what I mean? Roman has help, like not right now, but it's not like Roman can't put together help. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason. I mean, what you're saying, it very well could happen for sure. I just don't, because that's definitely like Roman versus Seth at WrestleMania 42. If I had to pencil in one match right now, that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that. Some other stuff happened at Clash too. Roman won, and so they put him on immediate PTO. I had a funny feeling that the crowd wasn't gonna care about Nikki Bella. That happened. I think they kind of forcing. I think it's one of those situations where Nikki used to be hot and she's just not anymore, yo. And we just not into it. Like I've never, and this is not a Nikki Bella diss, but from the people that came up in that era with her, AJ Lee, Paige, and the other female wrestlers, like I never thought Nikki Bella was a good wrestler. I just never did. Like I really wasn't into her character. But if we keeping it a buck, like we keeping it all the way 100, we was really into it for the looks. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, if we keep it in 100, man, I always felt like Brie was the better wrestler. You know what I mean? That's just me. But Brie didn't have the aura that Nikki
Yeah,
had.
she didn't have the charisma.
She didn't have the charisma that Nikki had, so that got her over. And it's like now it's almost like, you know what this is? It's almost like Ronda Rousey. Whereas Ronda Rousey paved the big way for women's Miss Martial Arts artists in USC. I mean UFC, right?
Mhm.
Paved the way for them. They would not be where they are without Ronda Rousey, right? Two things can
Agreed.
be true. And then once that crop of women came in, it was like, I like we here. Then
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey
You,
got
you, you
got
can
the
sit down.
essence.
You
You can
can
sit
sit down,
down.
man.
And that's what we see with Nikki. Like this ain't 2013. You know what I'm saying? Where the women's wrestlers ain't a lot of them. Nah, like the women's wrestlers, the locker room is
Better than a lot of the guys.
better than a lot of the guys. So like, yeah, man. So not interested in Nikki. And then you have some other stuff that happened in between that clash too. Um, the Street Profits, man. Please, yo,
Oh, it's
man.
gonna happen. The way it's looking now, we might got the heel turn wrong. How it's looking,
It might be dark. It might be dark.
and that just might save him from getting Marty Jannetty.
If
It just might save him from getting Marty Jannetty.
I don't even think that's gonna save him after the
Yeah, it's
rivalry.
not gonna. It's
It's
gonna
not gonna
save.
save him.
It's gonna
The only
prolong it.
the only and it's not gonna happen, by the way. I just want to put this out there. The only thing that would save him, the absolute only thing, is if he became a part of the division. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm just throwing that out there. But that's literally the only thing that could save him, because the vision is highlighted week to week, and they could. But outside of that, like
He's
there's
not a part of the vision.
no, I mean, no, I'm telling you, like, it's not gonna happen. I'm not saying it will, but I'm just saying
Okay.
that's the only thing that could save him. That's literally the only thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because he could turn heel, it could be dope. But once the rivalry
Once
is
the feud
over
is
and the
over,
dust
yeah,
is
it's done
settled,
for. Yeah.
he
To
cooked.
NXT you go, Doc.
Man, please don't do this, show. Why they can't stay together but have their singles run, like they support each other? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Too much aura with Taz, and you know it. It's too much. It's too much aura. He has to go solo.
my God, why they gotta do this?
And every new edition got to break up eventually, man. It
The
happens.
New Day didn't break up. Xavier Woods and
They
King
kick
Kofi.
they kicked Big E out the group, man.
Because he can't wrestle no more, man.
He
That's
could have
why.
still been the manager. He could have still been
Nah,
the
it ain't
manager.
it
They
ain't the
kicked Big E
same
out the
with
group.
him being the manager, man. That gives him being the manager gives us hope as fans that he would
No, with
eventually
this
return.
false hope, y'all. He's never said he coming back. Y'all the ones holding on to it.
And it'll be held on to even more, man. So I mean, I just hope we ain't got to break up the Street Profits like this, man. We ain't got to do it
Yeah,
like this,
man,
man.
it's time for Tez to win, like, the IC title and then to start elevating.
They can even go their separate ways. But do one of them got to turn on the other? Like we seen this movie 1,000 times.
Yes, and
Like
we're gonna continue to see it. There are tropes in wrestling, and that's one of them. Where it's time for somebody to go solo, you gotta break off the act, man. You know? You gotta break off the act. You gotta kick the deep voice dudes out of Boys to Men. He has to go.
he didn't get
It's
kicked
over.
out. Don't do Mike like that. He
Yes,
didn't.
he did get kicked out.
He
Sean
didn't get
Stockman
kicked.
said he got kicked out. Yeah, he did. He got kicked out.
What? Because of scoliosis?
That was a lie. That was something they did to protect the brand. He didn't love it. He ain't love it, man. He was not showing up to practice, not showing up to shows. And they'll say, "Hi, no, you can go." Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Clash was a great event. Shout out to Paris. I don't think I missed anything from Clash. I think we covered everything. But I mean the main highlight was that Fatal 4-Way match. Shout out to Clash, man. Let's get into the reals. They've pulled the trigger. AJ Lee has returned. I literally Friday morning, I said I was gonna cut a video, my solo video, walking in the parking lot saying, y'all, don't get your hopes up. It's not gonna be AJ Lee. It's gonna be Rhea Ripley or somebody, and they're gonna burn that arena down in Chicago. But the more I thought about it, I was like, nah, she's coming back. And then literally, like, my phone was blowing up notifications left and right it wasn't like it was in the headline. AJ Lee is gonna be there tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was expecting her to be there, and she showed up, man. So the fact that they pulled the trigger, and for those of you that don't know, this is not just a one-off thing. She signed a long-term, full-time WWE contract.
That I didn't know. Okay, I thought it was just a
Is
one-off. Okay.
Nah, she signed a long-term, full-time WWE contract. So we're gonna see her week to week in programming. So, what is your takeaway from AJ Lee returning, man?
AJ was dope. I think AJ was more character work than in-ring ability, if that makes sense. Like, I think her character was dope and the storyline she was in was dope. But I've never had an issue with AJ. I've always like, first of all, no disrespect to a married woman. AJ was always bad.
Mhm.
Yeah, AJ was very a beautiful woman. But I enjoyed the crazy gimmick, the skip into the ring. It's cool for what it is for right now, but let's see what's left after this is over. After the tag match and after the
Mhm.
eventual Becky versus AJ match, where let's see where we have after this.
I've said this on this podcast before, so I feel differently about her than I feel about Nikki. AJ can wrestle.
No, AJ can no. I didn't say she
AJ,
can't.
yeah,
I think she was more a character than wrestling. I didn't say she couldn't wrestle. I think her
yeah.
character helped carry her over.
And I think a lot of that once again had to do with like and it's not a diss to the crop of talent that was there, but because a lot of it may have been due to opportunities, like getting the
Yeah,
spotlight. Like around that time, even if you had a match like AJ Lee versus Paige or AJ Lee versus Brie Bella or whatever, they weren't getting 30 minutes on a PLE or anything like
eight
that. You know what I'm
minutes,
saying?
9 minutes.
8 minutes, 9 minutes. So a lot of that could be due to opportunities, but the matches itself, it had to be more character work because a lot of people weren't interested in the matches, but now we in a totally different ball game. There's so many areas we can go with this. We know the history between her and Roxanne Perez, and I'm pretty sure they're dying to make that happen. You got Becky, you got Stephanie Victoria. The roster is so deep, and we just talking about Raw. Like we ain't even
Yeah, you're
mentioned
right.
the people on
SmackDown,
SmackDown,
NXT.
so she can put on like she could honestly have a. You remember what we talked about last time we record was I asked y'all if CM Punk got a legit argument for best in the world based on like his resume since he's returned to WWE.
Yeah,
She got a chance to put on that type of run. Whereas she just knocking out banger matches left and right, you know what I'm saying? Because she got the talent around her to do it, man. So I think this is dope. I'm excited. I actually love the fact that you know what I'm saying, the title that she would go after first is the Intercontinental
mhm,
Championship. So WWE y'all did the Women's Intercontinental Championship right. You know what I'm saying? We had questions. Everybody had questions about y'all bringing Becky and replacing her with Bailey. I mean, replacing Bailey with Becky at WrestleMania and having this feud, and it just seemed like Lyra's getting tossed to the side. But what they did was they highlighted the women's Intercontinental Championship. You can make the argument right now that the women's Intercontinental Championship is just as valuable as
That's
any
just
women's
men's
title.
wrestling, right? I'm with
Yeah,
it. I'm with it.
know what I'm saying? So they did the right thing. Y'all made the right call. Y'all need to do that now with the women's United States Championship. Whether that looks like Alexa Bliss winning it, whether that looks like not Charlotte Bliss, Charlotte Flair winning it. You know what I'm saying? Whoever, but y'all need to do the same thing. You got the blueprint now. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Julia, but you gotta figure out a way to highlight that too. But nah,
Mhm.
Lee, what she got about to happen, man, is limitless, limitless, man. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see where the storyline goes. I don't think Punk and AJ Lee are like guaranteed to win this match at WrestlePalooza, so I'm excited to see what happens next, man. I think it's gonna be dope. I think it's gonna be dope. And speaking of that, WrestlePalooza, man, where does that rank as far as trash names for pay-per-views?
It's a nostalgia name, man. Shout out to ECW. It's a nostalgia name.
It is, but it's trash. They
It
come up with
just
some.
goes back to the '90s, like the Lollapalooza. That's where they took the name from, the Lollapalooza Music Festival, and it said WrestlePalooza. So, gotta kind of be like a '90s babies
If
to
you want
understand the name.
If you want to take anything away from the 90s, bring back what they did at Clash at Paris, man. Bring back the different stages for different PLEs, man. Like bring that back. Like they did a
Production cost, and I know backlash and all that,
man,
Armageddon,
they
all
get
yeah.
all this money they making, they got it. They got it, man. They got the money, man. I was so
Do
it
they?
was, huh?
Do they? Do
Yes,
they?
yes. All this money they making right now. Yes, yes. They just signed a $1 billion deal with Netflix. Now you got another $1 billion deal with ESPN. Yes, they got the bread, dog. Like you can have these different stages, man. Every PLE don't have to look the same. When we came up in the 90s and the 2000s, like the PLEs like had a different vibe, it had a different feel. It didn't all feel like it was the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? And when you tuned in to Clash at Paris and you saw that big stage with the big Eiffel Tower up front, it felt different. You know what I'm saying? They need to do this more often. It don't take much, you know what I mean? But just make it look different. The stage setups don't always got to be the same. And by the way, shout out to the match of the night, in my opinion, was Rusev versus Sheamus. Shout out to them boys. They put on a hell of a match
Banger,
at Clash. Yeah, they put on the
banger.
banger. Hey man, debate that's going on right now. I actually made a comment on shout out to T.O. I made a comment on T.O.'s post. He does a good job of actually like breaking down certain character changes or whatever, but I had a disagreement with him and I'm gonna see what you think. Is Jey Uso about to turn heel?
I was gonna ask you that when we got there. I don't know. I don't know. I know you always go with the money. Like, dog, he's making too much money. He's selling too much merch. Heels sell merch, man. Heels sell merch. Yeah.
So here's
Roman Reigns wasn't a
yeah.
heel, selling merch. Like Cena was a heel, selling merch. Like heels sell merch. It's not the old days where people love heels, dog. This heels sell merch. Now it ain't gonna be no eating going on for a couple months. Ain't gonna be none of them entrances going on.
He'll sell merch, but
Hey, WWE, copyright that. Hey, today is 9/9/2025, 9:43 p.m. That would be a dope shirt.
he'll sell
He'll
merch.
sell merch.
We got to put that on a t-shirt. We got to put that on a t-shirt. He'll sell merch.
He'll sell merch.
He'll
That's
sell,
it. He'll sell merch. Yeah,
Hills,
is it?
and you're not lying. Hills do sell merch.
What is still to this day the number one selling wrestling shirt of all time?
Oh,
To this
NWO.
day, NWO were heels.
All right, so but it's different
Austin was a heel,
but
technically.
it's different for certain people though, man. Like it's different for certain people. Like everything you named was right. Two things can be true. Everything you named was right. Every example you gave was right. But Roman's character had to take off for it to happen. And it's not to say that Jay can't be a dope heel. He can. But it's the actual movement itself. Like certain things, I give you a minor example. It doesn't compare, but I give you a minor example. When they tried to turn Bobby Lashley heel, the people were still cheering for him and stuff like that, right? When they tried to turn somebody else, they tried to turn heel recently, and they had to switch them back to being a babyface. Matter of fact, before this recent heel turn with Seth Rollins was a heel, and he got so over. Here's the issue, and here's the bottom line. Here's what I'm getting to. The people are never gonna boo Jay right now, and they're gonna still yeet every time he comes out, no matter what he does, no matter
Well,
what he says.
that's why you change your music. Yeah, that Uso stuff is gone.
What you mean?
The theme song, that's what the me. You gotta change that because people they're gonna yeet to it. So that's where you change his music up.
Nah, I don't.
Remember when Shinsuke, everybody, oh, we're going to change that. We're just going to
He'll
change his music, so you can't do that anymore.
he'll sell, and look what happened to Shinsuke. We haven't seen this man in over a year. He'll sell merch, right?
Just for Shinsuke, man.
He'll sell merch. I do agree, but it's not gonna be like the Yeet movement, yo. It doesn't matter what he do. It's not gonna be this Yeet movement right now is too over. The same thing I was saying about Cody. This Cody movement right now is too over. Like they're not gonna pull the trick. But what's gonna happen? Here's what I will say is gonna happen. If you notice, and I'm pretty sure people have been paying attention to this. If you haven't, you just lost in the aura of Roman Reigns. But when he recently came back, if you notice his shirt, it always said OTC one ever since WrestleMania, I think. I always knew OTC was going to be Jey Uso. I always knew that. How we get to it though is what I was curious about. And I think it started with Roman giving him that advice. When Roman gave him that advice 2 Monday Night Raws ago, right? And then now you got Jay thinking in the mindset of Roman Reigns, right? I don't think he's gonna turn heel. I don't think he's gonna turn on anybody or anything like that. But he is gonna start to act more and more like Roman, which is gonna be a callback to when now finally now when Jimmy stood in that ring and said, I turned on you because I did not want you to turn out to be like Roman. Finally, years later, now we're getting the call back to how that makes sense. And it's gonna be interesting. I don't think somebody was like, I seen comments on Jimmy Uso posted there, like, yo, please don't turn on Jimmy. I mean, telling Jay not to turn on Jimmy. I don't think Jay is gonna turn on Jimmy. I don't see that. I think they're done with that as far as them turning on each other or whatnot. But it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens
But
next.
you don't think that Jay would turn on his brother?
I don't think Jay's gonna turn on Jimmy. Nah. Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I think Jay is just gonna. I think what's gonna happen with Jay is he's just not gonna be this super nice guy no more. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be.
What do you define as turning on? Do you think just actually like physically like putting hands on him is turning on him?
Yeah, he's not gonna
That's
put
that
hands on him.
no, so what if he just left him during the tag match and let Jimmy get destroyed?
I don't think he's gonna do that either.
Like Jimmy goes for the tag, you know, the trope, and then when Jimmy reaches, Jay just jumps down off the apron and walks away.
That wouldn't make sense. I don't think he's.
I'm not that would that
Yeah,
consider the
nah.
turning on him?
I mean, yeah, that would be considered turning on him, but I don't see a scenario where that happens. Like he literally told Jimmy, like, I need you. You know what I'm saying? I can't do this without you. Like, I need you. You know what I'm saying? And that's another interesting thing because he doesn't want LA Knight's help. He doesn't want CM Punk's help. The only person's help he's willing is Jimmy, and it goes back to trust. Like what Roman was saying to him essentially was number one, do this for yourself, but number two, you gotta have people around you that you can actually trust. And the only person he feel like he could trust right now outside of Roman is his brother. So that's why I don't foresee him, you know what I'm saying, turning on and Jimmy's not trying to like, and here's the other thing, Jimmy is not trying to take the spotlight away from him. Like he said on the promo last night, which was a dope promo. That was an old school classic Usos promo they cut last
Mhm.
night. But he said in the promo, like, we at Monday Night Raw, like he's not trying to take the spotlight away from him or anything like that. He's just really there to support his brother. I think it could be a situation where Jay does, like Roman does pass tribal chief, or either make him tribal chief too, or whatever you want to do it. And then Jimmy is his right hand man and they start to come up. But if they do this, the tricky part is Jay gotta win a belt. And how does that happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, how we get to that? Like, how would you if all of this happens the way we talking about?
He could win a belt. You don't got to be the world heavyweight. You don't got to be one of. It could be the IC belt.
Who the IC champ right now? Okay, could be Dom. Could be the United States champion Sammy. Then you still got the WWE title. Cody got that. Do we have somebody that we think is gonna be a clear opponent for Cody at WrestleMania 42? I do think Cody holds on to that belt to WrestleMania 42.
I think whoever wins the Rumble. So I think I'm not think I think it'll be Sammy. I think this is the test run where Sammy winning the winning.
I hope you're right. It's time. The
I think
ten-
it is. I think this is a test run for Sammy winning the title and they giving Sammy a world title shot
it's
and a
gonna be
chance to carry the title.
okay. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. I like that though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jay sparing LA Knight, like something different because one of the main complaints right now is that Raw and SmackDown has had the same ending week
For
after
like the
week
past
after
4
week.
weeks.
Right. So now we getting something different, man, different storyline or whatever. So I think that's dope. All right, two more things, man.
Doo-doo-doo.
First of all, I think with John Cena has
Hell of a match, John. I didn't think you could pull that off with Logan Paul, but damn it, you did it.
oh nah,
Woo!
I know it's gonna be a good match. I just
Did
it felt like Rush Hour 3 at times, though. I ain't gonna hold you. You know how Rush Hour
it.
3, like you got the false finishes. It was like 3 times in that movie where you thought it was over and they ain't
Right.
had no more bad guys. And
You
then
mean a Minority Report movie should have been over 45 minutes ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it felt like Rush Hour 3 at times, man. And here's my only critique. Cena, just stop doing this the Super AA. Like it's everybody gets out of the Super AA, bro. It's not like that was my only it was a fire match, but it shouldn't take 5 AAs to beat Logan Paul, man. It just shouldn't happen, man.
I
But I
mean,
get it.
but yeah, I agree, but you gotta build Logan. If you want people to take him legitimate, like as like a serious wrestler, a legitimate
Yeah.
wrestler, you kinda have to build him up.
And I like what he's been doing lately and paying homage to the people he can't wrestle, like
He
Edge
can't
and
wrestle, which was
Dolph.
fire. I didn't catch it at first, but like, oh,
Yeah.
that's what he was doing. Fire.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler and all of them, man.
Dolph, Edge, the Size Clash. Yeah, so
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, all of that dope, man. So has your prediction changed on who his last match gonna be against? Now that we
Now
know
that
it,
it's in DC, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd have to like go back to the drawing board. Like, I don't know who it's gonna
I
be.
think it's gonna be an open challenge now. Now that it's in DC, I think it's gonna be on something like an open challenge.
Who responds?
That's the $1,000,000 question, man. I don't know. I'm hoping TJ's right. Shout out to No Contest Wrestling. I'm hoping TJ's right. I'm
What did
hoping
he say?
he said Oba Femi.
Oh, to make Overfemi put Overfemi over.
I hope he's right, but I don't know if that happens. So I honestly don't. But I do think it would be dope if it was Oba. It would be dope if it was Jay. Cause once again, this is Jay is technically the one that started the heel turn. Cause it was the night after Cena got eliminated the Rumble that Cena said he was gonna do what's best for business, man. So it would be dope if it was Oba. It would be dope if it was Jay. You know what I'm saying? Jay would have to go over the I don't think Oba necessarily needs to go over because it's Cena's last match.
He's going to put on a banger of a match.
He'll just have to put on a hell of a match. It could be
Justice for Pac.
you know who else it could be? Could be Trick. Could be
I don't
Trick.
see it. I don't see it as Trick. Trick is on a run right now, but I just don't see Trick.
Trick is on a run right now. You gotta get Trick his just due. He on a run right now.
I still want him to stop talking.
He could cut a promo now, man. Yes, he can. No, Shaq. He can't. I ain't saying he elite, but his promo skills has gotten much better though.
Okay, so he went from diarrhea shit to solid shit. Like
Nah,
it's just
nah,
like
he not.
oh, okay. All right. He went from diarrhea to solid shit. All right.
No, man, he's good now, man. He's good, bro. Don't do him like that, dog.
Just
You gotta give Trick more
I
credit than
just want
that,
I just want him to
man.
stop talking, man. This is it.
And Trick, dog, that, when he be humiliating people, man, like what he did to those people in Philly, when he went down the whole line and was just cooking people, like that was dope, man. That was dope, man.
I think you relate to him because y'all both country as hell. Then that's how y'all sound.
Trick
That's
ain't
probably why
country. Trick ain't country. Trick is
You
not
hear how he
country.
what? What? Sounds country as hell.
Where Trick from? Hold on, we about to look this up right now. Where Trick
Trick,
Williams from?
Trick sound country as hell. Trick from like South Carolina, ain't he?
He might be. Hold on. If Trick from South Carolina, I'll give you that. Hold on. Is he from South Carolina? Oh, alright, he from Columbia. Okay, he from Columbia, South Carolina. Alright. My
You
bad,
just can't
Trick.
hear
My
country
bad,
because
Trick.
you country as hell. It sound normal to you. Trick is country as hell.
It is normal. We the best talking people out here, man.
Shit, me.
We got the best slang. Country people got the best slang. I mean, now city folk, y'all the most proper talking people. Y'all pronounce every syllable. Y'all pronounce every syllable.
No, New Yorkers don't. No, we don't.
I feel like y'all do.
Hey, no, we don't.
How did you pronounce Norfolk when you first got down here?
Norfolk.
See? Every
I
every
said Portsmouth. That's what it says. I don't know where to get the Smiths from. Portsmouth. I don't know where to get. If you gave it to anybody, you get it to somebody from California, you wouldn't say pronounce this. They would say Portsmouth because that's what it spells.
but it's Portsmouth.
How do you spell Smith?
It's that Smith. They say Portsmouth is Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
No Portsmouth.
P-Town.
But nah,
Phonetically,
man.
as an English teacher, phonetically, that makes no sense.
Alright. So honestly, we gonna have like literally like no exaggeration. We probably in December gonna have to do like a whole episode just dedicated to John Cena. Cause like it's a lot to talk about, man. It's a lot to talk about with not just his career, but with how this year that went down with him, it's been crazy. And there's been a lot of questions about it. Some people don't agree with some of the things that's happened. Some people are begging for his last match to be against The Rock, just to make up for what happened at Elimination Chamber. And the fact that it's in DC and apparently Trump is supposed to be there. I can't see a scenario where Trump is not there, to be quite honest with you.
For the fact that they said that he's going to be there, it won't be Batista. That's what I thought it would have been,
Nah,
just because Batista's from DC, but Batista hates Trump. Like, he hates Trump with a
nah.
passion. Yeah.
Even
I'll
beyond
focus
that,
on Batista.
Batista said he would never wrestle again, ever.
Oh, you done?
Yeah, because he said he went out in the perfect way. You know what I'm saying? He said he got what he wanted. He got his match. He said he
Yeah.
would not be. He said he would not be. He said that in the interview. He said he would not be one of those wrestlers that make these one-offs and stuff like that. He said it's not to say that he won't appear in WWE ever again, but he would not wrestle ever again. So now he's out. Unless now I will say this: if anybody can make him go against that word, is John Cena. You know what I'm saying? But
I
it
agree, but just because of the other factor, well, I don't think he would.
you got me thinking now. Batista and DC would be actually pretty dope, yo. With their history of like actually they do not like each other. Like they did not like each other for real. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? That actually would be like that's if you had the ranked scenarios of John Cena's last match, that's top two. Batista and DC, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But people are begging for The Rock to come back just to make up for that. I'm on the side of like based on what happened, John Cena should have never turned heel. But then again, like we got to see a heel John Cena, so you just never know, man. But
Right.
yeah, we're gonna have to do a whole episode dedicated to him. But all right, last question. Cause I see a lot of videos that talk about this, right? They have the critique. Of course, Triple H is a CEO. Was CCO, my bad. CCO, Chief Content Officer or whatnot. He's in charge of content. And some people had opinions about this Triple H run that he's been on since he's taken over. Some people think he's been dropping the ball. Some people think he's been doing well. If you had to give Triple H a grade from the time he took over as, not the time he took over as CCO, but the time he took over everything from Vince McMahon to now, if you had to give him a grade, what would that be?
Are we judging just like pure wrestling, or we got to throw like the business acumen in there as well?
We're gonna go with the wrestling side of it. The business acumen, I don't see how you dispute him being
Yeah,
a
if it's
A.
the business, if it's everything, it's definitely an A plus. If it's
Yeah,
everything altogether,
It has to be for what he's done since. It has to be. But
but just
just
wrestling,
just
B minus B.
why you give him B minus?
He's like it hasn't been flawless. Like he went on a run.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
he had some misses, but I would say B minus or B. Right in there, B minus or B.
I'm gonna give him a B plus
Yeah, B
because
minus or B.
he's the yeah, like you said, it hasn't been flawless. He has made some mistakes, and we can highlight those mistakes here in a second. But he's done a lot of things right too. The fact that for the most part, the one thing that we always used to get mad at Vince about is these last minute changes and him like scrapping stuff last minute and not just locking stuff in. The fact that we know what we getting week to week in advance, the stuff that he's done with the camera angles and actually showing the walk ups, little stuff like that, like from different pulling the trigger on Jey Uso. I don't think Vince McMahon does that, but pulling the trigger on Jey Uso to win at WrestleMania 41, I think that was major. Stuff like that, man. He brought a lot of people back that shouldn't have been fired, even though the Karrion Cross situation didn't work out. But look at what Bronson Reed was that people forget. Like he got released when Vince McMahon was cutting people. Triple H brought him back, and Bronson Reed took off. And most people in his shoes don't bounce back like they did after he gets injured. He got injured, came back immediately, became part of the division. He's just one of the many examples, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna give him a B plus off of that. Now, of course, he's made some mistakes. I think for me right now, the number one, I don't count Shinsuke. I just don't think Shinsuke. I thought Shinsuke was dope when he came back, and I think they tried with Shinsuke. He just didn't get over with the audience didn't rally behind Shinsuke like they should have, and that's not Triple H's fault. But stuff like our truth has this huge return, and then we barely get anything like as far as a rivalry or matches afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, now we got our truth back. Now that John Cena is back. You know what I'm saying? That's just one. What would be some of the mistakes that he's made that you would highlight?
While I understand it, I don't like sponsors being all over everything. Like you got sponsors
Mm,
on the tables, you got
mm,
prime buckets everywhere. You
mm.
just got like stuff on the turnbuckle, stuff all over the ring. Sometimes it's okay to say no to a dollar. Like, nah, we good.
He
I
pretty
don't
much
I don't like the over sponsorship.
gotcha. He pretty much took what CM Punk said and put it on steroids, pretty much.
Steroids, HGH, declare,
Yeah.
all that.
And actually, I can't even say that because they actually haven't done that yet. Like, I think Punk's idea was to put the sponsorship on clothes like Brock Lesnar did,
Well, Brock Lesnar did it, yeah.
but I haven't really seen sponsorship on clothes. It's just been, like you said, on the mats and stuff like that. So maybe that was his version of doing what Punk idea was. I don't know. But and then you got to give him credit for he has taken. I think women's wrestling has taken that next step under Triple H.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I think they have. So I will give them credit for that. But yeah, there are some misses, you know what I mean? There are some people who should be utilized more that's not being utilized the way they should. Um
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke, Karrion Cross. Shinsuke should just like go back. I think if face Shinsuke popped up with his original music from NST, I think he's immediately back over and people will rally behind that because I think people want to see something good happen with Shinsuke. Side note, it's I don't know if you saw this news. I don't know if it's because of an injury. Hopefully it's not, but Pete Dunne is like a producer now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a producer now for Raw under Triple H. So I'm praying that it's not because of an injury. Well, hopefully, I think what I'm trying to say is I'm praying that he's a producer right now because he's out, but he's eventually coming back to wrestle. If he's not coming back to wrestle and it's like a Bobby Roode situation, that'd be tragic, man. Because Pete Dunne is another one that we was hoping would, saying kind of take off. I think he was held back by that tag team with Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate is dope too. But yeah, man, it's some people that should have been used, man. Shout out to what he did with Naomi, though. He's brought a couple people up, man. Given I don't think Tiffany Stratton even has a run like this, but his blunders though is like what happens with certain people. Like maybe probably number one is EO. EO won at WrestleMania 41 and didn't have another title match until Evolution. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I mean? And I think that's the flaw with just having 5 matches on a PLE. Yeah, you get 5 quality matches, but sometimes it's almost doing a ranking of a top 5. Somebody that
Yeah.
should be up there is gonna get left
It's
out.
not up somebody's not gonna get that shine at that time. Yeah.
Right, right, right. So maybe I don't know, but yeah, I would give it a B plus. I'll give it a B plus.
That's
I
fair. I wouldn't argue with you. That's fair.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. So and he got time. He got time to correct a lot of this and get better. But do you got anything, bro?
Just one thing. Let me ask. Since now AJ has returned, right?
Hmm.
I really feel as though how many more like big returns do we have? Like, sure, there are returns, people coming back, people switching companies. Can you name me, maybe? Could you name 5 returns that we considered big returns left?
How many? What time frame are we going with? Or
Maybe like when,
are you saying that like coming up in the future or
yeah, come up in the future, like next,
okay.
like give me like next 2 years, two
If
or 3 years.
Jericho returns back to WWE, that's gonna be crazy.
Right, that's one. Right, Jericho's been made. I think Jericho and Moxley are maybe like the only two.
Cause Jericho, people gotta remember, man, when Jericho started AEW, he swore he would never go back to WWE. Like he's been AEW through and through, literally
Hmm.
up until this year. And I think the only reason why he's not AEW through and through right now is because the crowd legit turned on him. Like the crowd, the
They
AEW
retired
crowd,
him. Yeah.
yeah, they retired him. The AEW crowd does not want to see Chris Jericho ever again. And I think right now, I think Chris probably realizes that hey, they don't want to see the wrestler, but the entertainer side of me in order for me to still entertain the way I want to, he gonna have to go to W because AEW is all gas, no brakes when it comes to the wrestling part. The entertainment part is kind
Right.
of
I agree.
on the backside, whereas WWE is a mix of both, like wrestling, but we want to entertain people too. So it makes sense, but people forget like he's been AEW. You could argue he's been more AEW than Cody. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been AEW through and through, yo, for these past years. And I we never thought. I mean, he's interviewed everybody that's left WWE for AEW, like, and got to the bottom of a lot of stuff. Like everybody, Ricochet, John Moxley, all of them, like, and was throwing shade. And now we talking about him coming back. That's gonna be. I think that might be bigger than AJ Lee return, bro, because that's gonna be crazy.
Hmm.
But Chris returning, if Daniel Bryan was to ever return, I don't. This is the one that I don't think is gonna happen because Daniel Bryan wants to like. I think Daniel Bryan, for where he's at, I think he prefers AEW style of wrestling than WWE. If he ever would have returned to WWE, it'd be more of a sentimental thing.
So the reason why I don't think it would be Paul like big, we've seen him return already.
That's
We've seen the
true.
Danny Bryan return.
That's
Like it
true.
happens in WWE. Like it's happened already.
Hmm. I would say I'm gonna give you. I would say Chris Jericho returning, and we strictly talking about people coming back to WWE, right?
Hmm.
All right. So, Chris Jericho coming back to WWE. The only reason why I wouldn't say John Moxley is because he would have. All right, in my opinion, in order for him to be like a huge return, like up there with Chris Jericho, I think he would have to come back as Dean Ambrose. Would I want that? No. I actually
I don't think so. I think he'd keep the John Moxley character.
You think they would absolutely go ballistic if he came back as John Moxley? I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, and you know why they would go crazy. All just because as soon as he comes back, they're waiting to see this.
That's why I was saying I think it would have to be Dean Ambrose because of that.
They could just do a one off, like something's happening with Seth and Roman, and
Mhm.
Moxley's refusing to do it, blah blah blah, and then give like one night only. Yeah,
For the record, I never as Shield is one of my favorite groups of all time, probably in my top 3. I never want to see a Shield reunion ever again, though. Not until it's like I'm talking about like Hall of Fame or we about to retire type stuff. Like it, not while they at the wrestling. Like some things just need to be untouched. They did it. They did. I agree with Roman. When Roman said, he even said it. He said, "Yo, we did that Shield reunion one time too many." You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. You know what I mean? Do not do that, man. But the other one, dang, the other one slipped my mind that quick. Now, I was gonna say Chris Jericho going back to WWE. And who was the other one?
I said Mox. I think that's it.
Nah, oh, that's the other one. I'm gonna tell you one that would go absolutely crazy. And this, it can't be just one person. It got to be the entire group. Imagine a scenario where it's like, I'm gonna give, matter of fact, I'm painting a scenario. Let's say it's war games, and I don't know how we get there, but it's factions, you know what I'm saying, 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5, however we get there. Probably 4 versus 4. And somebody puts together a super team like Division, and they pitch themselves as being unstoppable or whatnot, right? And all of a sudden, you hear Shock the System and Undisputed Era returns as a group. And the reason why I say war games is because Undisputed Era is the war game kings. Like, they've lost some war games, but as far as war game performances,
Putting on. Yeah.
Undisputed Era coming back as a group will go absolutely crazy.
Okay. All right.
I think that would be huge. Like, them coming back as a group. It can't be, but it got to be them as a group. It can't be Adam Cole just coming back solo. I don't think it's gonna be popular, but it's not gonna be like a mega
Yeah,
return.
it's not a mega return, but shock the system. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
them
yeah.
as a
Okay,
group,
as a
whoo,
group, it's not gonna happen. Okay, yeah, there we go.
it's not gonna happen. But yo,
Yeah, no, I'm with that. And speedy recovery to Adam Cole, man. Hope whatever
Speedy,
you got going on,
absolutely,
I hope you don't
man.
have to retire, man.
For those of you that's
One of my favorites.
well, yeah, for those of you that's just getting into wrestling within the past couple of years,
Like gold.
I think we say this once every 10 episodes, and I think it's going to continue. Not just all right, but this one specifically. That Undisputed Era run, bro, it's a travesty they never got a main roster run. I dare somebody to
Like the gold on NXT was different, man.
find me a bad match of theirs. And I'm not just talking about them as a group. I'm talking about individual. I'm talking
Like
about Bobby
individual
Fishy,
tag team, yeah.
tag teams,
Three
Rod,
man, yeah.
3-man matches,
Kyle O'Reilly, Roddy Strong, Bobby Fish.
Strong, Bobby Fish, Kyle, Adam. You can go their solo matches. You can go their tag team matches. You can go their matches as a 4. Matter of fact, when the 4 of them went up against Imperium, you can go up against their 3-man matches. Find me a bad match, yo. They never had a bad match ever, like ever. Along with the aura, along with the swag, yo. If they came out at a WrestleMania or at like a War Games, the crowd would go absolutely ballistic.
You know what I'm watching?
Not to mention, they low key have top 5 theme songs ever with no words. If we ranking theme songs with no words,
I think we did this already. Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
top
They
5.
top
It's
five.
top 5.
They
It's
top five.
top 5. It's top 5. That joint would go crazy. Had Kyle come out there acting like he playing the guitar with the belt. Yo, man, that return would go crazy, bro. That's my 2. That's
I could agree with that. I could
that's
agree with that. There you go.
that's my 2. Undisputed Era and Chris Jericho off the top of my head. I don't think.
I'll put Mox in there.
Yeah, I
I'll put
mean,
Mox in there 3.
Moss. I'm trying to think. Is there anybody else? I think if they came back, it would be dope. But I don't think the Hurt Business coming back as a Hurt Business would be like a mega return.
It's not a mega return. No,
Nah, it's not a mega return. Trying to think. Is there anybody else we left off that would be like a mega return? You know what? Let's say he take a couple years off and then comes back. At this point, if they still hot, Karrion Cross might be a mega return at this point. You know what
never
I'm
was
saying?
a star. Mega, never was a star.
I mean, that's true. That's true. All right. All right. Would MJF be considered a return?
He never was officially a wrestler for WWF.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just go with those 3 then. We'll go with those 3. But yeah, man, to all my people that still watch wrestling, man, thank y'all for tapping in with us for episode 49. We went away from 50, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the content. We on YouTube, we on Facebook, on Instagram, we on TikTok. Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. Our subscribers are increasing week by week, so appreciate y'all.
Thank you for real.
Football season is back, so we got a lot to be excited about. WrestlePalooza next weekend. There's a lot going on. WrestlePalooza's next weekend. Football is back. We got Canelo versus Crawford this Saturday, so it's a dope time, man, to be a sports fan, man.
Fantasy football champions, we got Kiss the Ring.
Here we go. With that being said, man, appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. Have a blessed week.
Love y'all, man. Be safe, be blessed.
Until next time.